Now, one of the things that will make Nio win at the end of the day is, of course, the massive support that they get from the government. It's, of course, the word of mouth, the referrals, the recommendation from the existing Nio users who are driving the Nio cars, their Onvo cars, and Firefly. This is what will make Nio to flourish. And I mean, from all that we have seen right on the streets of social media, there's not been that much of complaints from the Neo users, and the massive support that is coming from the Chinese government. It also has been playing a huge role into Neo's success, right? I mean, the subsidies that they offer, the other partnership that Neo is doing with the government in some of the provinces or cities. This has been so great, and it shows you that the government or Chinese government or China as a whole will make sure that Neo succeeds, right? Now, the reason why I'm telling you about this is that recently you will know that Neo has been getting a lot of coverage from the even news media channels in China, and these, when they talk about Neo, they talk, it's either they're talking about the products like the ET9, or they are talking about the battery swapping station. I mean, on this video today, we got to see, of course, China once again trending or being spoken about or talked about on national TV just yesterday, which is something that is great, because what again we are seeing from China as a whole, they are realizing how much of an important company Neo is to China as a whole. So they must try to give it as much support as possible. I mean, the video, they're talking about the massive speed that we see coming from battery swapping station, and saying that this is a technology like no other, and they are praising Neo for this, which, like I said, it's not the first time we are seeing this happening, right? There's been a couple of or quite a number of times where we see the Chinese national media or national news channel praising Neo for the massive breakthroughs that they are seeing from Neo's technology, which this again shows you that Neo is China's, or it's one of China's golden child. And if Neo fails, then everything is meaningless, right? The entire new energy vehicle market will fail, because Neo, like I said, though they are not profitable, they are the golden child. This is the kind of a company that makes other companies outside of China, international companies, and to shiver and wonder what Neo is cooking next, right? Because the technology that Neo has been producing and deploying, it has been making the competitors to really stand on their toes and want to go and spend a lot onto R&Ds to try to come with a similar technology to that of Neo, because they realize the kind of a gap that Neo is opening with technology. And it is for this reason that China will make sure that companies like Neo never die. Companies like Neo always flourish, which is why they will forever give them support, either from subsidies, either from injecting cash into Neo itself to flourish, which is something that is just so great. So this video or this commentary from the China's national news channel, it's something that shows us, or it is showing us, that Neo is a company which will do very well, and all you need to do as an investor, you need to remain long and strong. Ignore the naysayers, ignore the day-to-day movements, but focus on where Neo could be in the future, because China is not going to let Neo fail at all. I mean, we have also seen from other EV competitors, Xiaomi CEO, Xpeng CEO. I'm talking about the Chinese other competitors' comments on Neo. And also, was it GEC? I can't remember. GEC even went to an extent to say the Chinese government must support Neo's battery swapping station so that it floods the entire China, right? Or the rest of China, and because it's a technology that is out of this world. And yeah, man, if good positive sentiments are coming from the other EV competitors, it speaks volumes of the kind of support, the kind of technology products that Neo is building, because even other industry peers are realizing the massive potential that lies within Neo. All that Neo requires is to continue getting assistance from the government and making sure that at least the price wars, price tensions that we are seeing onto EV stocks or EV car companies in China cools off, because without that, that is going to kill EV makers like Nio. But there's been also some massive support when it comes to that. Quite a number of associations have been involved in trying to make or to make sure that there is fairness in the market, which is something that is just so great. I mean, BYD, you know that for in the last couple of weeks they launched a 35 or up to 35% of discount onto their cars, which some of the people were saying they are selling some of their models at a loss, which is something that is not good at all, right? Because this kills competition, this kills EV companies like Nio. And Nio, it's important to China. Nio is a very important company to China, because Nio is one of those companies that makes China to, or makes the world as a whole to realize that it's not only substandard, it's not only maybe substandard products that comes from China, because China is usually not known for producing the best quality in the world. But companies like Nio right now, they are the one reshaping that whole thing, because the kind of quality that Nio is making or it's producing on their products, it even surpasses the kind of quality that the biggest names in the world are producing, right? Talk about the body material of the cars, talk about the interior of the cars, you will realize that it's just top premium, high end, and these products are being built by the Chinese EV maker Nio. This is why China will never allow Nio to fail. This is why China will try their best to make sure that they give enough support for EV makers like Nio to do very well. I'm not saying other EV players in China are not important or they won't get massive support from the Chinese government, but all I'm saying is that with Nio, it's so special because the breakthroughs that they are announcing surpasses all, not only the local Chinese EV players, but they surpass, or it surpasses even the international players from outside China, and that is important. I mean, 3 days ago, I did a video where I was comparing the Xpeng autonomous driving chip versus that one of Nio, and if you've not watched that video, I would recommend you to go and watch it, because I break it down for you. And I mean, the computing power for the Nio Shenji NX9031 chip versus the computing power of the Xpeng autonomous driving Touring. Nio autonomous driving chip has got more computing power as compared to Xpeng, which again, this speaks volumes. This tells you where only Nio is at, but obviously where Nio could be in the future, because this is just the beginning, man. Nio will forever be up there. Nio will forever be China's golden child, and that is why China will forever support EV stocks or EV makers like Nio, because without Nio, the Chinese market, I think it will collapse, right? I mean, let's face it, without battery swapping stations, without the kind of product breakthroughs that we are seeing Nio producing or making, I don't think we can get to the level where we are able to compete with the luxury brands like your BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. They will continue taking over the Chinese market without Nio. But with Nio now, they are having to fight a lot for their money, because products in terms of Nio comparing to Mercedes, you find that they are together, right? So when you talk about BMW, Audi, Mercedes, you need to talk about Nio also. Nio even goes a step higher than some of these cars or some of these models that I was telling you about right now, because they continue to advance. I remember the Nio CEO said a very powerful statement, and that is the Chinese new energy vehicle market is 10 years ahead of the global market, right? Meaning that what we are seeing in China right now, the rest of the world is still 10 years behind. And it is for this reason that even the market, where the market is at for new energy vehicle cars, is in China, because Chinese consumers, Chinese people are becoming to quickly adapt to new energy vehicle cars than any place else globally, right? Which is why the market share of new energy vehicle cars is in China, sitting at 70%. So yeah, man, thought I'd come and give you this quick update. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will most definitely be rewarded with time. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. God bless you all.